What's going on, guys? It's Noah here. We got a banger video today. I'm collabing with Ariel, Ariel Franklin. If you don't know, he's a client of mine. We just grew a six-figure store together. So we just want to drop this video talking about how we did that. Let's go. Well, I'm here with Ariel. We're just chilling on a Skype call right now. Essentially, like, what we've done is we've grown a six-figure store together. I've only generated five figures with him though, using Facebook ads. So a lot of what he's been doing is gathering data. So yeah, what we've been doing is, just gathering a lot of data with influencers, and then he approached us to help him out, moving it over to Facebook. So this video, we're just going to be talking a lot about, like what Ariel did on his end to bring the store up. I think you generated somewhere around 70,000-80,000, like just with influencers alone, right?
Yeah, that's about 88,000 in the first quarter alone, and then we have, and then April and May, not including April and May, so it should be around like 98, like about 100,000. Or
we're over 100.
Yeah. We're over 100, but it's like very close to 100 with influencers alone. But it's at least like about 90 with influencers alone.
Yeah, because we've generated 20 to 25K with Facebook ads, and that's mostly just what tracked on the pixel, so it's probably closer to 25K. But we've been working like synchronized, like we're starting to work with some newer clients, like growing some more stores together, just trying to duplicate what we did with this store, because you have the skills with the influencers, and then I bring the skills with the Facebook ads, once we have the data. So yeah, I think it'll be a valuable relationship, like growing stores moving forward. And I just wanted to ask some questions, like when you were first starting out, and we don't need to talk about the products that we used or anything, but like what were some of the things that you used to like discover that this was the niche that you want to be in, and how did you go about promoting them?
Yeah, so for me, it wasn't like a set. Well, obviously, like as you know, like I had not a drop shipping store, but like an in-house fulfillment store before this. And around the same niche, or like in the same like arena, obviously. So I was obviously like exposed to like products in this niche, like naturally.
Okay.
And like so basically, I'm following some of these pages and influential people, some personal pages as well. And so one day I saw this one product being promoted. This was like when I was very first getting started in the fulfillment model of dropshipping alone. And so I was looking to dropshipping, and I'm looking at different products and different niches and all that. And so I just see this one product being promoted over and over again. And when it comes to dropshipping or anything in general, like people don't buy advertisements if it's over and over again if it's not working.
Right.
Especially on Instagram. And so I just took that product, imported it to my store at the time, and I promoted it, and it didn't do well at first, and then after like maybe 2 or 3 ad sets on influencers, it started working after I tweaked it, and then after a while, that product wasn't the main winning product, but and then what the main winning product is, but like after a while, I just imported new products, started testing a little bit more aggressively. Raising the capital, and just kept on reinvesting everything into the business in terms of ad spend. And then I just imported that winning product one day because I saw it, and I never thought anything of it. And just a little side tip for you guys, like when you import something, like you never know if it's a winning product. Like you just never know. Like most winning products, like it's something like when you see some people's stores, if you ever get the opportunity to, like it's a product that you never expected. Right. So anyways, I never expected my winning product to be a winning product. So I imported my main winning product, I want to say about like a month and a half in. And so basically, to cut everything all in all, it's just the first winning product that, that was like, all right. I just saw it being promoted over and over again. And then I just basically just tweaked what they already had going into a better ad and overall better branded store.
Right.
And then the second product, I just tested. So it just really goes down to testing and all that. But if you can like swipe something off of someone and make it better, I mean that just cuts the time, tremendous. So I think that's just how I found my first winning product.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, it was pretty cool how it all unfolded because it's a niche that like you're pretty passionate about. And
Hmm.
like we knew this when we first started working with you. It's something that a lot of people they want to do, but they never really get to do it because it just doesn't work out for them. Like working in a
Hmm.
niche that you actually want to work in. But
Hmm.
do you think that that's why you decided to stick with this niche so long, or do you think you just did it because that's what you happened to find that worked?
I think it's a combination of both. Like as you know, like eventually, actually, like within this next 1 or 2 weeks, and just to go on like how I'm passionate about this niche, like in my main fulfillment store, I'm actually gonna like for the very first time, I'm actually gonna like manufacture something with the money I'm making from drop shipping
Hmm.
and all that. And so like that's just just to add on what you said about passion. But it's a little bit of both. I was just exposed to it, and yeah, it's a little bit of both to be honest. It's just that I found what works. First off, I found it working first. But yeah, it's a little. I would say a combination of both to really sum it up.
Yeah, that's cool. And I did a video not too long ago about six-figure products and stores that you can grow to six figures, and your store is like one of the stores that I was referring to as like an ideal scenario for what you're gonna do, because like
Hmm.
it's a product that you can branch off into many different areas with. Like it's not just
Hmm.
like that one product, and there's not much application. It strikes a lot
Hmm.
of emotion.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, like you could build a brand around it. It's not just like some random gadget, you know what I mean? So it was a very good situation. Like we're gonna keep growing it, for sure. But like
Hmm.
when you took it from, that was like in the very beginning. Now let's focus on like when you took it from like 10,000 in sales up to like 30 and then 50. Like what were the steps? Like what were the most helpful steps along those lines that you took?
For me, like I remember when I was starting to make like real good money, and that's obviously that's like that's different for most people, or that's relative to each person. But when I was starting to make like five figures, um, or like past five figures, um, I would say like not being complacent, because I remember I would see like $3,000 in my PayPal account, like in cash, ready like right there, and like
Hmm.
obviously I had money coming in from Shopify. I remember like, man, I have $3,000. I don't want to spend money on ads. Like I have this. Like I remember like like seriously
3,000,
like
bro?
yeah. So I remember like, oh man, I have 3,000. I have 2,000 coming from Shopify. Like man, I don't want to risk some money on ads. This was when I barely got started, and basically like I was being complacent, and in the sense of like I was scared to put money into ads that were working, which is weird.
Hmm.
Like, because I was scaling at this point. Like I was used to probably spending like about $50, $100 on ads, and I was buying ads from pages that would charge me $200 to $300 and they worked out obviously, but like I was just like scared to put money into those ads because I was like looking at this PayPal account like, man, look, oh man, I had 3K here, I have like money coming from Shopify, and I think that's the main thing, is that not being complacent. Like even when you're making money, like you have to risk it for the biscuit essentially.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that's the main thing there is that like I got complacent with where I was at and not wanting to grow. Like you have to be uncomfortable to grow essentially. And I think that's the main key point there is that just you have to risk something to go, like you have to put something up front to get to where you want to be. And if that's the capital, I mean that's the capital. So I think that's the main key point from going from 10K to 50, or 10 to 30 to 30 to 50, is that people nowadays want to spend like $5 on ads and then expect a $2,000 return on that.
Right, right.
Um, so essentially, you have to spend money to like make it, and that's just scaling. I mean,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
pretty much it's
that's
not
the
being complacent.
nature of what we do.
Yeah, so I think that's the main thing is that you have to be willing to spend. Obviously, I'm not necessarily spend like, oh, go buy a pair of Yeezys or something, but in the sense of like, oh, spend money, in terms of ad spend, to make more. And yeah, so I remember for like a week or two, like I was still spending money on ads, but I was spending it more conservatively, and it wasn't a good thing. I could have made more.
Right,
So
right. All right, so we just had to cut it because we just wanted to make sure that everything was recording fine. But moving forward with what we were talking about, When we first started working together, you were around like 30 to 40,000 in sales, right?
Sales. I think I was like more like 50, I would say. Was
Yeah,
it
I'm not
50?
sure.
40?
It was a couple months ago, but I remember, you
You
know,
ordered
when
me like right? April? Was it April? March? Like late March?
yeah, the month before April. But yeah,
Yeah.
so like, dude, I remember going through the numbers, like just checking up on the profits of the store. You never held back with influencers, not while we were working together, at least, because you just went ham with it because I don't know. I
Mhm.
figured it was something to do with scaling. Like you're just not trying to hold back, and you're trying to like go chase out all the other opportunities with like new influencers, previous ones that have worked good, bigger
Mhm.
influencers. So like yeah, that was pretty cool. Like seeing that combined, and then like at the end of it all, you spent a lot of money, more than I was expecting you to with influencers, and it ended up being really profitable. So I feel like a lot
Mhm.
of people would be scared to spend that much.
Mhm.
And just because like not every influencer is going to work out, but the ones that you did find that did work, they made up for plus extra for the ones that didn't work, which I thought was pretty good. If you're at like 10,000, like honestly, guys, like $10,000 in sales is like nothing.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
you could send me any store and I could take it up to 10K like within a couple weeks. It's not really a big deal.
mhm.
Especially like if you have 10K in your bank account, you know that it's nothing. Like when you have 10K in your bank account, you're scared, bro. Like it's scary.
Yeah,
Especially
it is.
if you're not working a job and that's all you have, just saved up like to keep you alive, dude. That's fucking nothing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
especially like and it's hard to like reinvest like when you only have that much and you have to like reinvest like five every month into growing the business and just like keep pushing and
Mhm.
keep on striving for the profits of the business.
Mhm.
Yeah, that must be pretty easy to get complacent with, just like, oh, is it really worth losing? But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you pulled it off, and then we transferred it over to Facebook ads, and Facebook ads is just consistently doubling money. We're not spending as much as we are with influencers on Facebook ads,
Mhm.
but we've been spending 50 to 100 bucks a day for a couple months. Obviously, like growing up to a point where we're at now, where it's just like everything is doubling money, so it's very consistent. We haven't really scaled it up all too much yet, and that's mainly because of many ad sets. I think it's something to do with the niche, man, because it's something to do with the niche or the ad account. Because I try to make new campaigns with new products, and I just can't get it to work.
Okay.
Like literally things that I've done and like 10 other ad accounts that have made a bunch of money for me, they just don't
Mhm.
work it with any other product in your store, which is very weird because I know that we be generating like multi six figures for you right now, but
Mhm.
we got to figure that out, and that's just the shit that you learn like as you're growing, but generating like 25K, it's been a very consistent like 400 $500 a day in sales, and then the profit is just like 100 200 here and there. So
Yeah.
yeah, so like with Facebook ads, all I was is just very consistent. I maybe spend like 20 minutes a day, if that, 10 minutes a day. Very simple, just scaling it up. So yeah, we generated like six figures together, and we're doing that's not including like the new stores that we're going to be working on. So I
Yeah.
know that we'll be making more videos together in the future. Hopefully,
Yeah.
like, but in the future when we generate seven figures together.
Mhm.
Like somebody who's really good with Facebook ads and somebody who's really good with influencers, they go really good together. So
Mhm.
I'm just glad to have you on the team, and I'm good that happy that we've been working together and that we can come in here to the YouTube channel and just keep on giving value to the audience that I've built up. So it would be pretty cool. Like in the future, maybe we could have some videos that are just like more down to the gritty of like how you did everything, like reaching out to influencers, finding the specific products and stuff. But for now, I think this is good for a screen share. And then I hope you guys got a lot of value. And also, Ariel, plug your shit, man.
So yeah, Instagram it's Ariel Franklin 1, and then YouTube it's just Ariel Franklin straight up, and yeah, Those are my two most used social media ad, or not ad, but platforms.
Alright guys, that's all we have for you today. Make sure you check out the video tomorrow, and sub to Ariel on YouTube and Instagram. You know, hit him up. He's a good guy. We're going to be doing a lot of work together, so it would be good to start a relationship with him if you haven't yet. As for this video, I think that's it. So peace.